The impact of social media on mental health. The benefits of learning a second language. Learning a second language is very beneficial. It guides you in school, helps you in your career and in your life. Acquiring a second language allows you, among other things, to develop brain functions, meet new people, and appreciate other cultures. One of the advantages is that it is good for the brain. When a person learns a second language, he or she has a clearer mind and fewer difficulties with calculations. This is because learning a new language most often requires better memorization. Bilingual people can avoid bad grades and concentrate on the subject studied, which improves their memory. Therefore, mastering a foreign language is not a problem for these people. Another advantage is that it can lead you to the career you want. A lot of careers require candidates to speak 2 or more languages. It is really a very positive employee when he or she is able to somehow communicate with many officials from the different countries that a company/organization deals with. Apart from the educational benefits, learning languages also has other benefits, which cannot be obtained in school. Meeting new people and socializing is one of the things that language brings to its learners. With a language different from their mother tongue, communicating with people from other nations becomes more instantaneous and relaxed. One can also travel more often and have more enjoyable experiences. In short, there are many benefits to learning a second language. Besides the brain and job opportunities, it also allows you to get acquainted with new people and their cultures. It is a skill that will serve you throughout your life. The impact of social media on mental health. The use of social media has become a major part of some people's lives. It is a technology that allows us to connect with others, share our thoughts, and receive information at a rapid pace. However, it can have negative effects on an individual's mental health. The most serious effect of social media is that it causes anxiety and depression. One of the reasons is that people often compare their lives on social media to others. This can make them feel inferior because people only show the best aspects of their lives. We can feel sad when we see others with an ideal body, or be fashionable if we are not. In addition, the addiction that follows social media is also a major problem. Some people spend their time scrolling through messages and checking their notifications for longer than necessary. Here, the habit of staying on social media can replace face-to-face relationships, hobbies, or other activities that are necessary for our well-being. Prolonged exposure can also lead to sleep problems and, consequently, stress levels. However, communication technology is the way for some people to receive support. Others turn to online platforms to meet allies who are not ignorant of their camaraderie. It can be a space where their pain is recognized by those who have the same experiences or tastes. In summary, we can conclude that social media has both advantages and disadvantages for mental health. On the one hand, it allows people to stay connected. However, much of its use can lead to anxiety, depression, or addiction. It is important to use social media in moderation and to prioritize real relationships, which guarantee mental health. The impact of social media on relationships. Social media has revolutionized communication and interaction between people. Websites such as Facebook, TikTok, or Twitter allow us to have an immediate connection with our friends and family members, regardless of the distance between them. They have allowed us to improve our relationships with loved ones we rarely see, as well as to communicate and share information. One of the positive aspects of social media is that it represents an effective means of communication, and this is especially true when it comes to family and friends who are far away. Indeed, being able to exchange messages, images, and videos directly allows us to stay in touch despite the physical distance. Friends can chat with each other at any time of the day, which gives a new dimension to their relationships. In short, electronic modes of communication allow real-time communication that would not be possible otherwise, and thus strengthen at least some relationships. But social media can also have a negative influence on relationships between people. In some cases, being too involved in the virtual world makes them forget about their real existence. People overanalyze the charming lifestyle depicted on social media, which can lead to feeling insecure and become a major cause of conflict and jealousy. Since online communication does not have a visual aspect, misunderstanding can easily arise. Body language, for example, can give the impression that a person is more relaxed and open, which is important in a face-to-face conversation. Another obstacle that social media brings is the issue of oversampling, that is, sharing too much. Often, posting too much content about one's personal life can lead to conflicts in relationships. The consequences of disclosing personal information are enormous. The repercussions are felt especially within family, among friends, and with the loved one. In summary, social media has had both positive and negative effects on relationships. While it helps people build relationships and connect online, it also creates distance and misunderstandings. For relationships to remain healthy, we need to find a balance between online and offline communication and be aware of the impact of social media interactions on both. Therefore, not only the physical aspect, but also relationships need to be boosted through an authentic and effective mode of communication that is not limited to the web or technology only, but also face-to-face. Online communication is a means of communication that allows people to connect. The difference things between the effects of books and video games on morality. Books and video games are ranked at the top of the great place to entertainment. They are similar in that they can teach us how to become better people. However, they may seem far too different. Money cannot buy such knowledge. First of all, books are mainly the means of more advanced and closer thinking. Indeed, the reader can immerse himself in the thoughts of complex characters and situations through the books he reads. The use of multiple perspectives improves mental abilities, and people come to consider others. For example, the hero of a book may be faced with a moral problem. Readers are led to think about what kind of things they would do in such a situation. This process of self-reflection is known to stimulate moral reasoning and empathy of the people involved. On the other hand, computer games are not so creative in both senses. The role of the players who make the decisions that influence the outcome of the video game can be really seen as a co-creator role rather than that of the one who finds the final solution to the problem. They must also learn how to manage a group and find alternative ways to solve problems. Through these games, children can be confronted with issues such as the importance of working together and acquiring strategic planning skills. But, among other game titles, violent behavior can be encountered. These types of games perpetuate a state of desensitization to violence. The increased use of violence can lead to viewing life in the real world as a fantasy. Moreover, the effects of books are usually not limited in time. A memorable book can remain in our mind for a very long time. The foundations of morality can be deeply rooted in them and become the sources of values and beliefs. Conversely, video games are most of the time present at one moment and disappear the next. Players of one part of the educational process can easily leave without it translating into learning. The best decision I ever made. Of all the exceptional choices I have made, the most important one was to focus on my education. Early in my life, I did not consider school as a serious matter. I considered it as a simple duty to be fulfilled. As I grew up, I realized that education was vital to my future. My decision to work hard and get better grades was a significant improvement in my life. I started setting goals for my studies, such as submitting my homework on time and studying well before exams. I learned to manage my time constructively. Instead of getting distracted by my surroundings, I focused on my studies. This change helped me get better grades and increased my enthusiasm and self-esteem. However, another benefit I got from this decision is that it opened up new opportunities for me. Having good grades allowed me to apply for scholarships, and I was able to get into different academic programs. In addition, it proved to me that my hard work pays off, and that is a lesson that will stay with me for the rest of my life. To sum up, the turning point in my life, almost 20 years ago, was my decision to take my studies seriously. There I acquired the know-how to be disciplined and manage my time, in addition to the opportunities that were offered to me. This conclusion has made me who I am today, and I believe it will continue throughout my life. The best day of my life. The best day of my life was when my family took a trip to the beach without telling me in advance. It was a relaxing and exciting day that I will always remember. Early in the morning, my family told me that we were going on an excursion, without specifying the exact place where we were going. When we arrived at the beach, I was delighted. The view of the ocean and the sound of the waves made me so happy and excited. All day we were in the water swimming and on the shore building sandcastles. I enjoyed collecting shells and playing beach games with my family. We had a picnic with delicious food and we all laughed a lot telling jokes and stories. In the afternoon, we took a boat ride to see the dolphins. It was such an exciting experience to observe these wild animals in their natural habitat. I felt like my wishes were coming true as I spent such a happy and thrilling day with my loved ones. Finally, I tell you about the time we went to the beach as a family. The surprise, the fun activities, and the moments of complicity made this day an unforgettable moment for me. It was a day of pure happiness and joy that I will never forget. The impact of social media on young people's mental health. Social media is no longer a minor aspect of young people's lives. Social media is a tool that allows people to connect with others, share their thoughts, and learn about the world. While it offers many benefits, it can also impact mental health. One way social media impacts mental health is through the mechanism of comparison. Young people are exposed to photos and posts of others who appear to be living perfect lives. This can make a person feel inferior and unsatisfactory. Constantly comparing yourself to others can lead to feelings of sadness, low self-esteem, and in extreme cases, depression. Cyberbullying is another major problem that social media has given rise to. It has become easier for anyone to harass or bully others simply by using the internet. Nasty comments, mean text messages, or spreading rumors are the kinds of things that can seriously harm a young person's mental health. Cyberbullying can make you feel alone and anxious, which will prevent you from speaking out about it. Social media also has a direct impact on sleep. Despite having the opportunity to rest, many young people stay up late, scrolling through their phones. This affects their mental health. A lack of sleep can lead to stress, anxiety, and hamper their ability to concentrate during the day. It's clear that social media can be both a blessing and a curse for young people's mental health. While it helps them connect with others, it can also lead to comparison, bullying, and sleep disturbances. For younger generations, it's crucial to use social media mindfully, and for parents, it's of the utmost importance to help them balance their online time with face-to-face activities. Mental well-being should always be a priority. The importance of financial literacy. Financial literacy is understanding and managing one's money. It includes skills like budgeting, saving, investing, and knowing how to avoid debt. The literacy in finance is important because it enables people to make informed decisions about their money, without which they cannot attain a satisfactory and comfortable life. One of the essential reasons for the importance of financial literacy is that it teaches people how to avoid debt. Many individuals get into debt because they don't have a good understanding of budgeting and money management. If someone has an understanding of his or her money spendings, he or she will be able to stay away from accumulating too much debt, hence able to repay what they owe efficiently. Another important factor is that financial literacy encourages people to plan for the future. By learning to save and invest, people get to experience long-term financial security. For example, people who know what areas to invest can make profits over time. This is very good for situations as it will enable them to buy property, pay for studies, or save for the golden years of life. Being financially literate also helps people deal with unforeseen situations better. Emergencies, such as medical bills or car repairs, can be quite expensive. If a person has the discipline to keep an emergency fund, they will be ready to meet these emergencies if they do arise without getting into financial troubles. Furthermore, understanding personal finance empowers people and gives them the confidence to make decisions on their own. If one knows how to keep track of his or her money, he or she becomes less reliant on others for financial guidance. In conclusion, living beyond our means, having nothing to save, or incurring debt is all sicknesses of the financial literacy in society. Improved literacy in finance will help people avoid debt, plan for the future, and cope with emergencies. It will also enable people to be self-sufficient and confident in money management. By learning about money and wise usage, people can increase their financial well being and live safely.